No, I'm ready. Welcome, everybody, to the Virtual House Sessions. This is our monthly podcast where we'll talk about what's going on, like just behind the scenes, what's happening in our lives, and just kind of hang out, just kind of vibe. We'll also answer community questions and read some comments and whatnot. We only have 2 for this episode.
We'll take our time then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thorough review.
Join us afterwards on Patreon for a little bonus companion video that goes along with each thing. Now, if you're a viewer of just this show and not our Year of the Movie podcast,
Podcast where we talk about movies from the year of the movie 2023.
then you'll probably be thinking, hey,
Hey.
Hi.
are you guys in a different space? This isn't the red void that you're usually in. And the answer is yes. Moving on.
Or you just need your eyes checked and we're fooling you. The thing where reds
Yeah.
are blues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
You
It is
don't.
now. Yeah.
You don't need to lean in with the microphone. I promise. It's okay.
It's just easier to just kind of turn.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
do
Sure.
that little move.
Yeah. This is a client of ours,
We've talked about the name
Jolly
plumbing.
Heating.
Plumbing, drains, heating, and air.
That's the one.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they have this space and they let us use it, and so now we're in here. Hopefully, also just like on a technical scale, this podcast is better now. There is a weird buzzing that we've dealt with on the movie one, but now it seems to be back for this. So I apologize.
That's fine. We'll forgive you later.
Yeah.
Still a less stressful setup than the Red Void.
Correct. And we have like pretty nice cameras now. We're not doing webcams in a laptop that is on its last leg. This is definitely better than last VHS in terms of setting it up.
Yeah.
In terms of it working.
Yeah.
Having to be like, okay, nobody breathe.
We also won't be doing, at least for now, live switching for this one, camera-wise. We have a switcher, but it is in a different room now, and so it's not quite as nice for Bryce to have to live switch and then be in a different room.
Also, with the new switcher, it's kind of difficult because I hardly know her.
Oh, yeah.
That was really good. Yeah.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
So, you guys haven't seen it yet, but maybe you have. Maybe I showed you. But now it's just going to be all 4 of us on screen throughout the whole thing. Sort of like how we used to have like the columns of us, but now it's like us framed by old TVs.
Brady Bunch style.
And then it's over the grid, like the VC grid.
Sweet.
Um,
You have not shown me.
oops.
Exciting to see.
Yeah.
So, how's everyone doing? How has everyone been? Let's start with Sean.
You want to start with me?
Mhm.
You sure you want to start with me?
Yes.
You sure you want to start with me?
Are you sure you want to start with me?
If I see you out there, I will put you down.
There's no other me here but me. So I guess you want to be starting with me? All right,
It's a Heat reference that I was doing.
Oh, the heat.
The Heat. We can't.
I don't
do that.
even.
Of course,
I
of
don't even
course.
know what I was referencing.
Well, it sounded like you were doing a little bit of the Pacino De Niro
Yeah.
conversation from Heat, and so I continued that.
Okay.
I don't
Cool.
think I've seen an Al Pacino film. I know
I've
of them.
Have you seen the hit Adam Sandler movie Jack and Jill?
Yes. Oh,
He's
that's
in that.
right. That's right. Okay.
Uncle Gino.
Like, if you can just relate things back to Adam Sandler's Jack and Jill for me, that's
Yeah.
great.
Great. Yeah, no, I'll
I
keep doing
understand
that. Yeah. But yeah, Sean, we're gonna start with you.
Okay, let's start with me.
How you
Um,
been doing?
I've been doing good. I thought I'd talk about like the last couple Saturdays I had, because like the weekdays are just a lot of teaching and stuff that I can't tell you details about, or else I'd be like
Confidential?
fired or something.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
I mean, they wouldn't, because they wouldn't know that I. But anyway,
Yeah.
they
You're
legally
saying
could
that our
fire me.
audience is so small that
I'm just saying I don't think my professors are watching. That's all. I don't. I mean, if
Yeah.
they are, hey, welcome. What are you doing here? but welcome. Uh, I'm not gonna spread any confidential news. I swear.
So your
Anyway.
so
Saturday?
your Saturdays, yeah.
Yeah, my Saturdays. So last Saturday was pretty cool. I don't usually talk about my fun times on this show. Um, but last Saturday I got to meet. I saw Joe Pera, the professional comedian,
Yeah.
at the local Comedy Attic.
Mm-hmm.
Got to see him do a show, which was pretty cool.
Good.
He just did like a special a few months back, so a lot of his material was he was still working it out, so it was a little rougher than usual. Not like rough in a bad way, but rough in like he's still figuring out how it works comedically. So that was
Yeah.
like a fun, different perspective to see of him. And afterwards, I got to talk with him briefly. I called him a rock star of comedy in my eyes, and he just laughed at that. So that was good to make a comedian laugh.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Got a picture, signed a poster. Well, he signed a poster for me actually, so it was like everything.
I was hoping
I-
that you signed
it
it
for him.
Yeah, I thought about it, but no.
Yeah.
He did that, and so it was like just about as perfect of a situation as you could have hoped for, really. So that was a nice Saturday.
Mhm.
Nice.
That was
That's very cool.
a week ago.
Yeah.
This Saturday, I spent most of the day doing memory management on my phone. I moved I moved a whole 200 gigabytes off of my phone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was completely full, internal storage and SD card. So that's, I'm good for another 2 to 3 years. So
Yeah.
that's, thank goodness I don't have to bother with that anymore. Because I was just moving like 10, 20 gigabytes at a time, and I'm like, I just keep coming back every like quarter,
Mhm.
every season. But fortunately, that's in the clear. And so to reward myself, I had a little snack night last night, where I started with.
You've been good, so you deserve
I
a
was-
treat.
I did treat, and so I started with a Klondike ice cream cone. I started to unwrap it, and I've shared the video with our friend Sebastian here actually already. But I kept undoing the wrapper, and as I kept peeling and peeling, there was just more wrapper until the whole thing, the wrapper I was peeling, just fell off, and there was just a whole other wrapper underneath. And it's like, I don't know, they just wanted to make me work even more for my treat, And so
I
by
did
the
see
end,
video.
oh,
It's very good.
yeah,
I s-
yeah. And by the end, I got the second wrapper off, and by then I almost hoped for a third wrapper, but that was it. There were just two wrappers. But the very bottom of the cone was broken off. So all that packaging, and it still wasn't enough to keep the cone safe.
Sometimes you don't want that much packaging, because it just compresses it too much.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I might have compressed it so hard that the corner of the cone just like snapped off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
can't wrap it.
So
tight.
that was part one of my snacking adventure.
Oh.
Yeah, part two is where things got dicey. So have you ever just thought,
No.
I've got 6 pieces of garlic bread in the freezer, and I'd like to eat half of them.
And so you took all 6 and you sliced them in half.
That'd be fun, no, but I didn't think of that. I just took 3 slices and I put them in the air fryer. But yeah, I could try that next time.
Okay, so you at least cooked them. I thought you were about to say that you ate frozen garlic bread.
No, that didn't happen. So I cooked them. I started taking them out. They were pretty hot after cooking them. It almost would have been better if they weren't so hot. Because I got one out on the plate, real nice, and then I took the second one out, and this is where things get dicey.
Okay.
It burnt my fingers.
Oh no.
Not like seriously or anything, but I was like, this is hot, and I dropped I dropped my second piece of garlic bread directly onto the plate.
Uh-huh.
So that was fine, but okay, the real diciness of it is that it knocked the first piece of garlic bread off the plate
Oh my
and directly onto the hardwood floor,
God. Oh no.
Butter side up?
butter side down.
Mmm.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure what to do here. I was in a moment of crisis.
Mhm.
I wanted 3 pieces of garlic bread. One of them was now on the floor.
It's been
I picked it up,
compromised.
really quickly, so I don't know. I was like, maybe if I scrape this off, I could salvage this. Does that sound okay to the
Yeah.
Yeah.
the judges?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's the 5-second rule, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did that. I went over to the trash can and I started scraping it off. But within like 2 scrapes, they were too vigorous. And the garlic bread flew out of my hand and directly into the trash can.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, that's gone at that point.
Yeah. You
But-
threw it
but-
away.
but-
This tribunal decrees.
Well,
So-
okay.
so this is
my
where-
opinion might change here. What was in
This
your
is-
trash can?
That's exactly it.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
for one, it did not land butter side down. It landed toasty side down. So there wasn't
Oh.
like a lot of butter to pick
Mhm.
up material, so to say.
Mhm.
And it landed on a paper towel, which I had just used only to put my ice cream cone on. Wasn't very dirty. That was one piece,
Mhm.
the bulk of it. The other piece was the plastic bag that the garlic bread came out of. There were actually 2 separate bags of 3. And this is the diciest part. A small piece of it touched a frozen food Michelina box, just on the outside, just sort of a corner of it. And there's no food on the outside of a Michelina box. So
Really?
that's all that it was touching. It's sitting there, like at the top of my trash can open. I'm looking down and I'm like, my garlic bread's in the trash can, but it's also on some of the cleanest trash I've ever put in that trash can. So, I don't know. What do I do? At this point, I thought, I can't settle this. I can't just eat this piece of bread out of the trash can right now. I'm going to scrape it off as well as I can, put it in a Ziploc bag, and now it's up to you. It's in my refrigerator,
It's up to us.
waiting
You didn't
waiting on
eat
a
it?
tribunal to let me know.
I didn't
He was-
expect
What do we
this
think here?
to be a choose your own adventure.
Wow.
You see, I was with you. I was with you on eating it until you saved it. Now it just feels
Yeah.
like there's too much.
Too much pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? How about this? How about this?
Mhm.
Check out our bonus video to see what we rule
Yeah.
on this matter, and find out.
Behind a paywall.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna put this behind a paywall.
Put a piece of garlic bread that went into a trash can behind a paywall.
Yeah, that's riveting content.
And we're never going to reference it again,
Mm-mm.
whether it gets eaten or not. Only the people who pay
You
will know.
have to go to the paywall.
Did I eat trash? Did I not eat trash? We'll
So-
find out.
Go to our paywall and watch the Did Sean Eat Trash?
Well, it's not
This
even
isn't
a.
Fear Factor though. I'm not doing this for thrills.
He's not
We're just-
afraid.
It's for
Yeah.
science.
He's not a coward.
It's not even a did you or didn't you. It's a will you or
you.
won't you.
Yeah.
Using
That's
the wrong
correct.
tense here.
Yeah.
It was 4:30 a.m. and I was like, I should not be making this decision for myself right now.
You're in a
Find out next
vulnerable
time on Rocky and Bullwinkle.
That's what threw me off on your story was like, okay, we're gonna make a decision. Yeah, you did the right thing, or no, you didn't. It's no, we're still in it.
state. Yeah.
That's
It
what I
was
was like.
last
Oh,
night.
oh no.
This is an ongoing crisis.
Yeah, no, we are now a part of Snack Time Part 2.
Oh boy.
I could bring the bread out here if people want to see it.
Keep it
But-
behind a paywall.
Yeah, that's behind the
Behind the
paywall.
paywall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's move on to Bryce. Bryce, how have you been doing
What
lately?
trash have you had?
I can actually answer this.
Yeah.
So
Paywall.
it's a big censor bar over everything I'm saying. I can't even remember how many weekends ago. This past few weeks have just been a lot with filming and such. But there was a weekend recently that a buddy of mine from work invited me to a bar crawl, and that weekend was Mardi Gras weekend.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Covington.
Mhm.
And the way that he described where it was sounded a lot closer than it actually was. I was thinking, okay, 25-minute walk.
Mhm.
Not bad. It's a nice night. So I start walking
From your house
from my house.
to Covington?
Yeah.
Oh, that's way more than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. It's like 20, 30 minutes. I was
You
like,
definitely could. Like, I can picture a route in my head. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't want to take
Well,
it.
you take the river walk. It's a nice warm night. You can look at,
The
see
river.
The river.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The walk.
As one would do. But I was like, I need to get something in my stomach before I do this. So I stop at the gas station on the way there.
Mm-hmm.
Get an energy drink, get a protein bar, start walking, and like I don't want to hold on to my trash all the way there. So I just put the bar in my mouth, take the wrapper off, throw the wrapper away. Then the bar felt lighter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked down and the bar had broken off and was on the ground. I did not hesitate
Well,
to
you're a
pick
better
that
man
off,
than I.
wipe it off real quick, cut my losses, scarfed it down, rip the Band-Aid off. I needed something in my stomach.
There was a Band-Aid on it?
Could have been. This was a gas station parking lot where anything goes. So yeah, to answer your question, no one asked this question, but
Yeah.
I would eat something off a parking lot. But then after that, I started walking there. The area that he described and that we agreed on was not where he was thinking.
Mm.
So it ended up being an hour walk
Mm.
through a rough area.
Mm-hmm.
Only one person asked to buy cigarettes from me. So it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But enjoyed the night. It got real cold real quick.
Yep.
And
February.
yep. And I was in a not too warm of a jacket. It's technically an art piece.
Mm.
That is quilted on the back.
Mm-hmm.
But had a decent night
That's good.
that night, as from what I can remember. On the way home, Kay picked me up, and on the way home, I was talking about how we gotta play such a fun game of Magic when we get home. I can't wait to play Magic the Gathering. But we got home, and I made some mini wontons in the microwave, and she was behind me, like picking up everything because
You were drunk?
I was throwing stuff everywhere. Ate that on the floor. And then went to bed. There's nothing happening after this.
That's the best kind of magic. That's the
That's
the best game of magic I've heard.
The magic of sleep.
It wasn't bad. I can't complain. But yeah, past few weeks or so, however long it's been, we've just been working on the. I don't know if you want to save this for a segment later.
And yeah, we have a whole segment about
Yeah.
it.
Okay, yeah. It's been most of my week, really. Can't really think of anything that anyone would care about. I mean, there's stuff that I would care
I
about.
care about.
If we want, no. If you want to make this Magic the Gathering podcast,
So let's move it on.
There we go. I got new cards. End of story.
Yep.
Oh, Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is just around the corner.
Wow.
For a split second, I was like, "Oh, it is." It's like, no.
No, it's just one of the first videos I did for Not Too Late was the Valentine's Day package.
Oh, yeah.
6-year anniversary, by the way.
Yeah, Not Too Late. It's 6 years. Yeah.
That was the first thing we worked on.
Yeah. But I introduced it by saying Valentine's Day is just around the corner.
Good.
Why don't you do that more often? I think if you started every video like that, it's like
Because that would be a lie.
it could be a big corner.
Mm-hmm.
So Valentine's Day.
So Valentine's Day, we did not want to go anywhere
Sure.
because
Mm.
we had so many things on our plate. We wanted to stay in, get some Thai food, and sleep.
Mm.
So on the way home, I stopped at Michael's. I got a plastic flower bouquet that matched her sewing room because her sewing room has a lot of the flowers from Michael's around it.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, a bouquet to help, it's flowers for Valentine's Day and it won't die. So it's still useful.
Mhm.
I got her that. She stopped by the store and got a fake flower equivalent for me, which is Magic the Gathering Plague boosters. Cracked that bad boy open. Got the one of the most sought after cards in the new series. Murder of whatever, I don't care. And it's a Leyline of the Guild Pack. Here's the thing.
I love Magic the Gathering. I want to play it all the time. And not to brag, but I got this card that everybody wants. I don't know the name of it, but trust me, everybody wants
know the
it.
name of the
Highly
card.
desirable.
I really want the top of the card to say "murder by whatever." I don't care.
My relationship with this game is I love to play it. I could not care less about too many of the specifics.
Yeah.
But like Leyline of the Guild Pack, it lets you do whatever you want with mana, and it's awesome. and it is
Whatever
a
I
big-
want.
Whatever you
Ooh, I want to fly.
Wee! Do it. You got fly. You can have reach. Both do kind of the same. It's great. But anyways, just a little humble brag for the low price of $6. I got a $30 card. End of story.
Speaking of Magic cards, Bryce, I have so many for you.
Oh yeah, should have brought
Willing and ready.
that. Yeah.
So let's move along.
Mhm.
One day you'll play.
What have you? How's things for you? How's it going?
Pretty good. Busy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
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 All right.
Yep. Do you remember? I forget how many ago. You remember recently-ish that you mentioned that you went to a restaurant that was operated by a cult?
Yeah.
If I had a nickel for every time someone on this podcast did that, I'd have 2 nickels.
Oh. Who's our second nickel?
I'm the second nickel.
Nickel gang.
Yep.
Like it.
Yeah. There's a good vegan place that I won't say the name of because it's operated by a cult.
Oh.
Had gone there a couple of times. There was like a kind of sketchy thing. There's this TV channel that's on all the time when you go there, and it's just like being vegan is great is the whole point of the channel. And then but it almost looks AI generated. It's so uncanny valley. So I was like, that gives me bad vibes. But the rest of this is just like slightly outdated, and the food's really good. So great. And then I looked into it later, and it was like, yeah, this is a franchise, and the franchise doesn't preach about the organization, but if you ask, they will tell you about their leader, who is like the grandmother or something like that. And I was like, oh no. Oh no.
I need an oops.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about these kinds of restaurants. The food is really good.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I've seen worse recruitment tactics.
Yeah. I thought about it. I looked into it, and it seems like
Pretty good.
as
I think
far
we're
as-
going.
as far as a cult goes, not the worst. I think we're learning a whole lot about all of our individual standards today.
What we're willing to sacrifice
Yeah.
for good food.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, I wonder if they're owned by the same.
It's not.
Were they? No. Okay.
No.
Gotcha. Because I know the one that I went to has other franchises.
Oh, okay. No, it's not. It's different branding.
Interesting.
Yeah. They have pictures of celebrities on the walls, and it tells you like this celebrity is vegan. It's like, I'm already in the restaurant, but sure. Thank you for reminding me. But the funniest one to me is it said like these people were powerful and they were vegan, and it's like philosophers and people. It's like, I don't I guess, sure, that counts. And then it's like they are powerful, they are beautiful, they are something else, they are vegan. But one of the celebrities under they are beautiful is Moby, who is some guy.
Huh. Yeah, but how much can I lift?
They are vegan.
Just saying.
Yeah.
If you're gonna say someone's powerful, you better start giving me like, what can they bench? What can they squat?
Powerful,
Make that decision
powerful
myself.
doesn't mean physical strength.
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, have you seen the Scott Pilgrim shows? I mean, I think they get some pretty powerful powers.
That's
Speaking
true.
of powers.
Yeah.
Makes a point.
It did not give me a sliding power scale of the celebrities on the wall.
Did it give stats?
It didn't have Tommy McGuire's stats.
Attack, defense, HP, those type of things.
Yeah.
Special attack, special defense.
Oh yeah, if we're getting
Yeah.
fancy.
Yeah.
I need to know.
Otherwise, been pretty chill recently.
Yeah. We went to a sculpture garden.
Oh, that was good.
That was really cool. It's basically an outdoor museum out in Hamilton.
Mhm.
Yeah. You would like it. It's
Yeah.
pretty sick.
Mhm.
There's like a bunch of giant sculptures, and then like there's a little museum on the premises, on the premise, and then there's like a house that this guy used to live in, and there's like a weird pyramid, glass pyramid that is like
The
Louvre-esque.
house is underground,
Yeah.
and then the pyramid is on top of the ground, and it's basically just a huge skylight.
And then he has like a watchtower. You can't go in it, but like he had like it's an elevator. You go up to the top of the watchtower, and then he just like can see all of his property.
Mhm. It's
Yeah.
very cool.
Awesome. That's the life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
They had golf carts that you could rent, and it was like you rent it by the hour, but it was like $25 or something. So we were spent a little too long trying to figure out like, could you make it? How fast do you have to go to
I don't
get
think
through
you could
everything in an hour?
stop at any of the art. Like,
Yeah.
you'd have to just like be like, oh, there's one, there's one, there's one. You're driving by, but also we live in a very hilly area, and there were some
Yeah.
intense hills. I don't think golf carts could make those hills.
Let's go.
Like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's the type of thing like if you have 4 people in the golf cart, 3 of them have to walk up the hill.
Yeah.
Ah,
Hmm.
gotcha.
Yep.
Just bring your hoverboard. We know you have one.
Do I?
For art. Yeah.
Or-
Oh, apparently I have a hoverboard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. We went to a sculpture garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the big thing that we've been doing is the movie
Mm-hmm.
Haunted House of Pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
Sean hasn't worked on that and
Nope.
won't.
Nope.
It's just the 3 of us in this room.
Yep.
Just the 3 of us.
We can film the movie, just the 3 of us. You and me and you.
And us and we.
Yeah, it's a good learning experience
Mhm.
being on our first feature film.
Mhm.
It's a low budget horror comedy.
Yep. Puppets look great.
Otherwise known as an indie film.
It
Yes.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of practical effects that have looked really good.
Mhm.
I'm definitely glad it's leaning into comedy
Oh yeah.
because I'm not a horror person.
I think they're like we've been talking about a lot about just horror movies and how comparatively easy it is to make them just because they're cheaper to make, and this one seems self-aware about
Yeah.
that, and there's a lot of humor in it, and also like some of the puppets are just more on the cute scary side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a hoot.
Mhm.
I
What do
learned-
you do for it, Bryce?
I do a handful of things, as we all have had to do for it. I play 2 different characters, and I help with the art department for it.
Mhm.
Last Friday, on my way home, I was told that one of the characters, the big bad, or one of the big bads, the physically big bad, I should say, was going to be shot the next day. and I had not made the stilts for it, so I
With a
had
rifle.
to learn how to make. Actually, no, I didn't even look it up. I just kind of figured it out as I went along.
On how to make
How to make
stilts.
platform stilts and not break my ankles.
Yeah. Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. I got them done. They worked pretty well last night.
It looks good.
They looked good. They could use a little bit of work around the ankles, but
Mm-hmm.
it was all that. And the thing with the behemoth that I'm playing now, it doesn't have a body yet because the direction that they were going with it slightly changed with time constraints, and their original idea was very ambitious, so they're changing that. We didn't have the suit for the day, so we green screened it because there's some other actors that could only be there that day. And so I spent my Saturday night. Yes, that is that day. I spent my Saturday night in a skin tight green screen suit and stilts, and I have never felt sexier.
In a room with about 30 people.
Yeah.
And it was cold.
It was so cold.
They had to turn the heat off for
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah. Yep. Also, when the heat turns on, it kind of smells like.
Oh yeah, no, the
Yeah.
building we are filming in is whew.
Yeah.
Every time heat turns on, it's gas.
It smells like gas.
It smells like gas.
I mean, you can only ask so much from an abandoned 5-star chili.
Gold star.
Oh, Gold Star.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just the one.
Yeah, my bad. My
Yeah.
bad.
But it's a gold one.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
helps.
good. That equals 6.
2.
Oh.
Oh,
I just
3.
These stars are gold.
Yeah.
What do you do for the movie?
Script supervising.
What does that do?
Everything. Take notes on a bunch of stuff on which takes are good and what coverage we have if we need a specific shot of an actor saying something, or if they're just saying the line to someone else but the camera doesn't see it, then that's a different thing. And then paying attention to continuity, which got tricky the last couple of days.
The last couple of because this is a movie that was crowdfunded, and so
Yeah.
the last one of the perks that you could pay for was to be in the movie as and
Featured kill.
yeah.
And then you could also turn into a food demon.
And so the
None
last
of this is a spoiler because
Yeah.
it's all online.
the last couple of days we had all of the backers.
Mhm.
The Sean, did a jet engine just take off in your room?
Yes. Don't know where they're headed, but yeah, it just took off.
All right.
Is that a problem?
It's fine now, but we could hear it.
I could put my hand over the microphone.
It just really threw me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's storing their laundry?
I know. Yeah, and so the last couple of days was the backers were there, and it was just a lot, and
It's an ambitious movie, and then people support the ambitious movie financially, which is great. That's super cool that they're willing to do that. When you're making the movie, it was a lot to wrangle people.
yeah, if you aren't someone who is used to making movies and how to make movies, and you're
Yeah.
just kind of having fun, it doesn't quite mesh with the people who are there
In a professional capacity.
to make
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
Especially
Everyone was fine. All the
Yeah.
back, there wasn't anyone who was rude or
no, they were all really cool about it and
Yeah.
everything.
everyone was super excited to be there, which was cool to see.
But we have a very small location where we're already crammed in with crew and equipment and everything. Add on another 15 people,
Yeah.
it just gets to be a lot.
Yeah.
And then we have 12 to 14 hour shooting days.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot.
Yeah.
They tried to leave me in a dark room at the end by myself in total silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun. So they were getting room tone, or no, they were getting lines of dialogue, and they needed a clean sound. So everyone, quiet on set. which was fine. But I was in the bathroom. The bathroom was really close to where they were doing this. You could hear the fan from the bathroom.
It's an automatic fan.
Yeah, it's not like I just turn off the fan, leave the lights on. So I was, in stilts trying to get that off, trying to get the green suit off. I was changing. And then someone poked their head and was like, "Hey, can we turn off the light for a second? Because the noise." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, of course." Um, Closed the door, turned off the light, and closed the door. And very quickly, panic set in.
Oh no.
It was like abandoned place. I know it's fake, but there's blood everywhere in
So
this
much. Yeah.
bathroom.
There's so much blood everywhere.
And we got like a little bit of light from under the door that illuminated the mirror, and it just bad vibes. Panic set in.
Yeah.
I threw open the door, and everyone looked at me like, what are you doing?" And I was like, "No, not staying in there. I will be quiet, but I will be on this side of the door." No, 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 no.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Everything looks great.
Yeah, the movie is looking good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a really great DP on it.
Mm-hmm.
The art department is really crushing it.
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the movie
You are.
Oh,
with Bryce.
that's true. With my second character.
And if I do say so myself, Bryce and I steal the scenes we're in.
You did for the cinematographer.
Yeah, the DP told me that I was giving off young Robert Downey Jr. vibes,
Mm-hmm.
and then in another shot he was like, "You're kind of giving me a young Nick Cage vibe."
He was like, "Turn around and do it like Nick Cage," and then
And then I did it like Nick Cage, and he was like, "Okay, maybe not that much."
Oh man, it was fun shooting those scenes together. I just felt bad for the other two people in this scene because we have a history and we,
Yeah, and
You
they
know each other.
understand our vibes, and the other
Yeah.
two people, good actors, but like there's the difference between knowing,
being comfortable and
Yeah.
just having to act like you're being comfortable.
yeah. And
Yeah.
there were a lot of times during our scenes where I would forget to look at them
Mm-hmm.
because they're playing our girlfriends. And I
But
feel
Bryce
like
and I
that's
were just
important.
like, "Hello,
It was just like,
Well, you have a
even
history, right?
we have
Yeah.
history."
even the euphemisms, because my characters, we play douchebags, people you don't want to be
Yeah.
around,
Mm-hmm.
and my character makes a lot of sexual jokes, and every time, just automatically, I targeted them towards you. 'Cause I was like, I know it's acting, but like
Yeah.
on instinct, I'm gonna look at the person I know
Yeah.
as opposed to two people that I just met.
Yeah.
Well, one of them I worked on something
Yeah,
a while back with. She's cool, but
Oh, really?
like
yeah, the 48-hour thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
she was the main person in that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we were kind of talking about maybe flipping the script, and maybe we were.
Yeah, we were actually the couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was fun to shoot because we could be silly or whatever. It wasn't fun to shoot because I was one, sick,
You were so sick.
and two, I had to eat an entire rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the scene consisted of like the first day I wasn't sick of like acting in these scenes. And so like that was fun. I could have fun. Second day, sick, I had to eat a rotisserie chicken because the character orders an entire rotisserie chicken and then palms the chicken and then just like eats straight from the chicken. And so like you have to do a scene a bunch of different times. Even if it's the same angle, if it's like different angles, whatever. Like so like in all of these scenes and whatnot, I was just eating this chicken, and then like we filmed some of it before lunch, and then more of it after lunch, and it was just a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's gonna turn out well. There's a lot of tricky stuff with the camera, with that. But I think it'll turn out all right.
Yeah.
I made an and I don't think they noticed it, but the pancakes that were in the middle
Mm-hmm.
were not supposed to be eaten.
At all?
No.
Mm.
Well, because there's as far as I know, because it's supposed to jump out and go after one of the other girls?
Oh, no,
No.
it's fine.
No. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I didn't know that there was a puppet for it.
Yeah.
So whenever because we're stuffing our faces with food,
Yeah.
and my plate consisted of eggs, sausages, which I could only eat. There were 6 of. I could only eat 4.
Yeah.
You had to leave 2
Had to leave 2 to put in
for
my pocket
reasons.
later. Yeah. And then potato cubes.
Yeah.
And got that down really quick.
Mm-hmm.
That goes down the hatch.
Yeah.
Except for this time, I had to spit up some of it. But I didn't have anything else I could be chowing on. So it's just like, pancakes. Going for that now. And then later on that day, Nate was like, yeah, here's the... Nate's the art director. Wonderful person. Also my neighbor. He is like, hey, here's the pancake puppet. Look at it go. Wee! And I was like, oh, you might need to take a knife and cut a little bit out of it.
No, I think it's technically a different pancake.
It is,
Okay,
yeah. It comes from a different angle.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's, yeah.
Yep.
It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cute little crab pancake.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see it all come together.
We have a week left. A week, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of filming.
Yep.
It's gonna be a time crunch to get everything
Yes, it
done.
will. I also am the second AC
Mm-hmm.
on this film.
You've been promoted.
I was promoted because they started me as key PA, and then I followed camera department around, and then they just were like, "You're ours now." And then another PA got promoted to key PA.
Dude, Owen's been great.
Owen's crushing it.
Yeah.
Owen is someone that we will be working with
Yes.
on other things because he's just like on it.
Mhm.
And this, yeah,
Oh, good.
and this is his first anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. So.
Also, body double.
And he was my body double because my character turns into a food demon, but I wanted to do my camera job.
You had to do your camera job that day. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to bring us forward, and we're going to do our community response section.
Great.
So we have 2 comments.
Mm-hmm.
They're both from the last VHS episode. One of them's from Patreon.
Cool.
So a commenter on Patreon. And now, if I'm not mistaken, I heard a rumor that there's going to be a Patreon video about whether or not Sean will or won't eat garlic bread from a trash can. So if you want fun content like that, head to our Patreon. And if you're already a Patreon subscriber, keep an eye out for that one. But this commenter from Patreon responded to our conversation about folders in school. If you guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And this person says, I had folders with pictures on them for most of my time in school. I had the Goonies, a Lisa Frank Dolphins one, and some monster ones. The monster ones were like Wolfman, Phantom of the Opera, Dracula, etc., but illustrated as if they were in school. I don't remember what classes I assigned to what folder, though.
That sounds fun.
Now,
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
if you've watched, no, it's not out at the time of this recording,
No, it's not.
but I think it's out by the time we post it
We've talked about the Goonies recently.
on a Year of the Movie episode, where it turns out every
Every movie is the
is
Goonies.
just kind of the Goonies. So
I've never seen the Goonies.
Have you seen any other movie?
it's basically the
Have you
Goonies.
Then I've
have
seen-
you seen Jack and Jill?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like that, but the Goonies.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I found out like my favorite shirt when I was growing up. It was a gray shirt with this skull and 2 swords. Turns out that's a Goonie shirt.
Yep.
Didn't know that.
That's a reference to the Goonies.
Now, so okay, we've entered a new
Era.
era of this folder talk. Which
Monster.
monster?
Or that was my next question.
Oh, okay.
Or, like
Gotcha.
what? Yeah, which class gets which monster?
Okay.
Frankenstein's science.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That makes sense.
Well,
Oh,
Okay. Okay. I was thinking the creature from the lagoon, just because that's like an environmental type of science.
That's true.
And Frankenstein could be math, because there's still science and math connections, and
Mm-hmm.
For some
I don't
reason,
know. There's a natural science, and then there is unnatural science.
I'm thinking vampire from Math.
He counts.
'Cause he
He does
counts,
count
yeah.
on Sesame Street,
Yeah,
so
yeah, no, I get.
you-
Yeah,
you've
I'm
got
with
a
you on
point.
there.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then werewolf English.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I'm kind of feeling.
I
it.
was thinking English just because the werewolf, not, I forget, myth. I was gonna say a different word, but then myth came out. The werewolf thingy is used as like a metaphor a lot for changes and all that good stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But should vampire be history?
Because it's seen everything. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This also might,
But
my opinion. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, but that vampires probably stayed indoors a lot to avoid the sun, so they're not
During the day.
experiencing
It's only
history.
seen history at night.
It's
Yeah.
just like a mathematician. We stay up all night. We don't go and talk to anyone. History's happening, but we're just doing our math away through the night, and then we, wake up whenever the sun goes down or whatever.
All right, you convinced me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I also, this might be, the color argument might be influencing this argument because red, math, blood, or vampire.
Right.
Frankenstein, green, science.
Yep.
Which is also why I thought the creature from the Black Lagoon thing.
Yeah. I just don't know where Frankenstein would fit.
He's so big. He can't fit that many places.
Big boy.
Yeah.
What other subjects were there? Geography?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Political sciences. That might be high school.
I assume Phantom of the Opera is music.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
checks out.
What about a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing? Where do we
Oh,
land
that's
on?
science.
Mm-hmm.
Science. Can we have multiple science classes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, high school, there's chemistry, biology, physics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did zoology in high school.
Really?
You private school scum.
In high school? No.
Could we give the creature from the lagoon to biology?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
Sure.
under the science umbrella though?
What about health class?
Frankenstein. That should be Frankenstein.
Okay.
I was thinking
Yeah.
that should be.
I'm good with that.
Also, weird gut reaction. Jekyll and Hyde, PE, but also PE. You don't need a folder.
I was thinking that too. I was like, which one is the Goonies?
Well, that I think is our continuation of the folder conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to our next commenter, also on the last VHS episode. You might recognize this commenter because it's none other than Joshua Powell, 1868.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Welcome back.
Josh, we've missed you.
Lay it on us.
Joshua Powell, 1868, says, VHS movies, cleaning tapes, VCR players, everything else off eBay and Amazon nowadays. How hard finding is that nowadays? Everything proven, people are making more of it. What is nowadays?
He's back.
Huh.
With another
What is
heater.
nowadays?
Whew.
No molasses.
No molasses, Joshua. You got you, Josh. You gotta say molasses, and if you don't say molasses,
Then everything is not proved.
That's true. I forgot about that.
so that's all there was comment wise, and that's all there was from Joshua Powell, 1868.
But did we answer him? He
We
did
didn't say
ask.
what is
What is it?
nowadays.
Yeah.
What is nowadays?
Oh, sorry. It says what it is nowadays.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
comment.
Of making more of it, what it is nowadays. Yeah.
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 Think about the one and only Lord and Savior.
What I like about. Sorry, Bryce, I wasn't responding to you.
I'm just gonna introduce a new thought instead.
In a very Christian podcast. No, he is the one who talked about.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I wasn't getting them mixed up with
Yeah.
another.
Yeah.
cool.
What I like about this is that VCR caps, Amazon the A is capitalized, eBay the B is capitalized, VHS only the V is capitalized.
This.
It's, I don't know. That's weird.
Why did you bring up Amazon?
Sorry. Let me reread it.
Yeah, I think
VHS movies, cleaning tapes, VCR players, everything else off eBay and Amazon. Nowadays, how hard finding is that nowadays? Everything proven, people are making more of it what it is nowadays.
It's like slam poetry.
honestly,
VHS movies, cleaning tapes, VCR players, everything else off eBay and Amazon. Nowadays, how hard finding is that nowadays? Everything proven, people are making more of what it is nowadays. Why does he say nowadays 3 times in this one?
them
It's the
nowadays.
emphasis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little thirds.
And then if you remember the comment from the last that we talked about in the last VHS where it was just the word toast,
Mm-hmm.
that was deleted.
Oh,
We've got an update on the situation.
The account Mr. Least Fake disappeared.
Damn, we lost a real one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's the least fake.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing I want to do is a little continuation. Not continuation. It's kind of a segment that I want to start doing, where I take silly pictures of things on my phone, and so I think I want to talk about my favorite from each month.
Okay.
My favorite, because like last month we did the fried
Oh,
cheese,
the
the cheese fries, fried cheese from Fessler's.
Yeah.
This month, I want to do this great little guy I met at Target.
We love our little guys at Target.
So here's this little guy, and I'll try to punch in for the video podcast. But for our audio viewers, it's a little mannequin, and it's like
So cool.
it's like he's maybe 3 feet tall. It's like it's a little toddler. Sean, I think I sent this to you.
yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Bryce, you show it to your cam because you are closer to your camera. So he's a little guy right there. And he's got a fedora. He's got little brown jeans that are rolled up, and like a blue and orange-ish plaid Easter shirt, and then little moccasins. He's got little moccasins. But he's just the smallest little dude, and the clothes are clearly too big for this mannequin, and so he's just like walking around.
It's like he dressed up in his grandpa's clothes.
Yeah.
We just saw it and then just like fully stopped in the middle of the aisle, and we were like, look at this little guy.
He's just very good.
Oh man.
And then one more thing I wanted to talk about that I just thought was cool that you brought to my attention, but then I found it again when looking at news headlines. Was the stingray.
I am so interested in the stingray.
Yeah, Sean, you know about the stingray?
I know the stingray.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Charlotte the
where story ends yet.
stingray.
Yeah.
Do you know about this? So
It's so interesting.
there's a stingray at a zoo aquarium.
It's at an aquarium.
Yeah, in an enclosure with other stingrays and sharks.
Oh.
The stingrays are all female, and then there are some boy sharks. But Charlotte is pregnant.
Charlotte hasn't been with a male stingray for 8 years, and then they did some like tests or like a scan or something because like one of the caretakers noticed that she had lumps, and they were like, oh no, this is an older stingray, something might be wrong. And then they did the test, and they were like, those are eggs. Those are eggs in that stingray.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Life finds a way.
Yeah.
our options are
Yes.
shark,
A new animal.
Yeah.
shark manta ray hybrid,
The mule of the sea.
Or
or second coming of Jesus manta ray.
Yeah.
Jesus Ray. Yeah.
Jesus Ray.
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker.
It's yeah. Yeah, because I was reading about this and it was like it's either it's called parthenogenesis, I think, when it's a like asexual birth that we don't know what happens, but it does sometimes. And then it was like there's that, and we don't know what causes it, and that is the likely option, although we've never seen it in rays before. The other option is that it's a shark hybrid, but like their DNA is incompatible, and all of these people are saying it is impossible. It's like, well, parthenogenesis is also kind of impossible, but that one has happened before.
So I'm really hoping we get, like, you know, in that great movie, Treasure
Goonies.
Planet.
Oh, okay.
Close.
Yeah.
Goonies and Treasure Planet have a lot in common, actually.
Yeah.
And at the end, the dog and the cat people
Yeah.
have little babies, and they look like dog and cat babies.
I love that movie.
I'm hoping that this stingray comes out with a fin right at the top.
And we're like, we don't know what could it possibly be.
Fin on top, just the sharpest teeth, many rows.
Yeah.
It's just fin and teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think maybe we keep paying attention to this story, and we can, you know, talk about it once we know more, because I just think that's a really interesting.
We've
Yeah.
got 9 months to talk about this.
Do we?
I don't know if stingray
They're
pregnancies.
like humans, right?
So game time.
Well, okay. I also want to bring up, this is a good argument for all aquariums having live streams, because then we could have just rolled the tapes. Also, I like watching aquarium live streams.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
I agree. Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways.
Game time.
Game.
Like a surveillance state, but for fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we need more of.
Big fishy.
they don't need to know.
They
They
probably
do
wouldn't.
know. Yeah.
The octopus. would know.
Octopus would know. Squid.
Oh, my
would-
bad. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
They're smart.
They're too smart.
I also I should have gotten a video of it, but one of the last times I went to the aquarium was around Christmas time, and they have Scuba Santa there, at least the one
Oh,
near
yeah.
us.
Mhm.
And you can go up and tell him what you want for Christmas from the tank, and he has an elf there with a big old candy cane. It's like, oh, that's cute, give him a little something to do with. No, the elf is there for a reason, and that is to ward off all of the creatures that want to come and mess with Santa, because he got a big dangly hat. It's like
Yeah.
a big old lure, and you have to have Santa's hat when you have Santa. So these big old creatures, the manta rays and everything, would just want to come in and like mess with his hat, and you just see the elf with the big old candy cane bending him off. Just no, so good. I should have gotten a video of it. And like the elf isn't in any of the photos because the elf has a job.
That's very good.
Well, let's do our game time. Been busy, so it's just news jokes again. Just go ahead and assume it's news jokes at this point.
Okay.
Still?
Water?
Well, that'll about do it for us. We'll see you next month. Okay. We watched this video because I saw it on Reddit, and then scrolled down 2 things and then saw a meme about this video. But a police officer fired his gun at his own car when he mistook an acorn falling on the roof for a gunshot.
One more time.
A police officer fired his gun at his own car when he mistook an acorn falling on the roof for a gunshot. So what happens in the video, it's his body cam footage, and he's walking over to his car, and the sound you hear, like a little, like, basically, and then he goes, shots fired, and he dives, and he then, like, runs away, and he, like, rolls, like, over, takes out his gun, and then just fully empties it at his own car.
He empties the.
Like it's like bam, 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 and then the
Is this a real?
yes.
maybe we don't have the full story, and his vehicle he found out was a Decepticon. Like we look over, it's not the sound that
Sure,
frightens
sure.
him. He sees the little logo on the back, a
So
little Decepticon logo.
what you're saying, Bryce, is the only rational reason for this happening is because he found out that his car is a real Decepticon from the fictional universe Transformers.
From the documentary series.
I think what you're forgetting here is what's in the name. They're very deceptive.
You're
these
right. You're
Decepticons.
right.
I was gonna say that maybe a squirrel killed his partner, and now someone is back to finish the job.
Yeah, so a lot of these headlines were more just like I thought they were interesting, and we don't necessarily have to make jokes. I just
Yeah.
thought it was kind of interesting.
Let's talk about the news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean, did you have a joke though, or a comment?
Yeah, I got one.
Oh yeah, you do.
You want to hear it though?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. I don't know how to phrase this exactly. I think you'd say bystanders reported that the car's last words were, "Wow, you shot me."
You made a Pixar's Cars reference.
Good show.
Ka-chow.
Ciao. Oh, I see the light in the sky.
All right, next joke. Air Canada ordered to pay customer who was misled by airline's chatbot.
Did I hear that again?
Air Canada was ordered to pay a customer who was misled by the airline's chatbot.
Kept telling him that there were sexy single pilot planes near him. Single MILF airplanes near him. Over and over.
Yep.
He might not have believed it, but he was hopeful.
And he was misled.
Completely misled.
You're actually not allowed in the cockpit, even if it is your birthday.
I like that. I don't know if it's the same story, but I saw another headline that was like Air Canada chatbot was told it's probably the same thing. Like Air Canada chatbot told a customer that they could get a full refund, but the chatbot made that up.
Oh.
Like that is not something Air Canada like actually offered, but because the chatbot was just like, yeah, okay, that's fine. You know, have a refund on us.
Yeah, you're making some compelling points.
Yeah, Air Canada had to pay.
I'm kind of vibing with Air Canada's chatbot.
Yeah.
Air Canada's chatbot's just playing it fast and loose.
That's how I like my chatbots.
Fast and loose.
Sean, any comments?
Oh boy, I don't know.
That's fine.
know,
You don't have to.
That I think I have to have one. You know, don't I?
No.
By the law,
Legally, yeah.
Oh,
legally.
I didn't.
I mean, that's what the AI chatbot told me, so I don't know. I don't know.
That sounds
my
like it.
comment.
That sounds like it. All right, so let's continue. A Delta flight was forced back to Amsterdam after maggots fell onto a passenger.
Dude, I heard about that. And it was a fish. There was just a fish in the overhead compartment.
Just a raw,
Just a fish.
open fish.
Yeah.
Like, no container.
Just loose fish.
Loose fish.
As far as I'm aware, it was a loose fish.
Sounds like the fish just wanted to fly. And then I put on my sunglasses.
Yeah.
And I look stoically.
Is that the thumbnail?
At least with Delta, you don't have to pay for overhead compartments storage.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the joke. That was
Yeah.
just
It's
a-
just true.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just true. First time I flew was a couple years ago, and I've been pretty into flying for a job. And
Yeah.
it wasn't an interest I took up. It's
Yeah.
just I
Yeah.
had to start flying even more.
I like flying. I think Delta flight forced back to Amsterdam after maggots fell onto a passenger. Delta was reported saying, listen, we didn't have any peanuts, and so we just gave you the next best thing. Something like that. So there's something there.
Yeah.
There's like an inline meal joke there, you know?
Yeah.
Something about their chatbot said it was okay to bring the fish on board.
Yeah, the fish was only there because the chatbot said that there would be a fish. I asked the Delta chatbot, "Are there fish on your flight?" And it said yes. So,
Suspects include the one man on the plane that had a big yellow raincoat and big old beard with a little stovepipe. And no one else.
Yep.
Sean?
I think that the Delta chatbot offered the maggots a full refund for having to touch all those humans.
Oh, that's nice of the
There it is.
chatbot. Yeah.
It's a nice. They're chatbots. They're nice. They're
Fast and loose.
most businesses.
Catholic bishops in Mexico say they negotiated for a possible peace accord with drug cartel leaders.
That's good.
The FDA.
Not sure if I want to touch that.
Yeah, there's almost too many possibilities with that one.
Two things you don't really want to go up against too hard: the church and the cartel.
Mm-hmm. Crimes all the way down.
I think it's impressive.
Yeah.
I think it's neat.
Mm-hmm.
Neat. Sean?
I guess we'd just like to thank the drug cartel for sponsoring our podcast this week.
Nice.
I would like to thank them if you.
We
if-
very much would
yeah
like to thank them.
with
If you'd sponsor-
money,
Yeah. What?
with
We're
whatever
actively
whatever
campaigning.
you need. I'll give you my daughter.
You need one first, but then you'll give her away.
Don't worry about it.
Let's get going on it.
The FDA is going to start reviewing ecstasy for treating PTSD in clinical settings.
Let us snort cocaine. That's what I was going to say.
For the other one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it just came up.
Yeah.
You said your part, and then I thought my part, and I was like, we'll just insert it in, see how it goes. What'd you say?
FDA approval is dependent on a musical presentation.
Yeah. FDA to review ecstasy for treating PTSD in clinical settings. That's.
Well, I'm so sorry. For some reason, you said those words, and the middle part, not retaining it.
Okay, so the
The
FDA
FDA.
is going to review ecstasy for treating PTSD in clinical settings.
To be fair, they did kind of try to do that with MK Ultra.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
it was on
Yeah.
people who also didn't have any problems.
Yeah.
It was just everyone without them knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So they kind of have done this
is
before.
pretty cool.
Way to go, U.S. government.
Sean?
Okay, so I'm just gonna repeat the article
Mhm.
because I think that's gonna be the only way this makes sense. Oh, that's wrong. But so the FDA
Mm-hmm.
Is going
is going to review
ecstasy
ecstasy
for
for treating PTSD
PTSD
in
clinical
clinical
settings.
But they're thinking about trying heroin for non-clinical settings.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. An Arizona man just released from prison stole a truck hauling Corvettes because he, quote, needed a ride home. He then said he also needed a ride away from home, that he was going to use the first Corvette, and then he wanted a ride to the store, and he was going to use the second Corvette, and he needed a ride to his probation's officers, and so he used the third Corvette.
He's being practical.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's planning ahead for his future.
Gas is expensive.
Corvettes? You can get them in a pack.
Exactly. They come with
Biden did
gas.
this.
They come with gas. Just use them. They're disposable.
Yeah.
Single-use Corvettes.
You don't need to buy gas if you just get a new car every time.
Prices these days?
Shut.
Oh boy. Nope. He used the car carrier to go pick up his daughter from the airport.
You're just trying to connect it back to the chat bot.
Nope.
He opened the back and was like, "Oh, these aren't box TVs and VHSs. Also, this isn't Fast and Furious. This is my Vin Diesel. Hi, family."
That reminds me of my new bit that I've started doing of Sylvester Stallone finding out what a bop it is. Oh, what's this with bop it? Bop it. Whoa, that's kind of neat. Twist it. What do I twist? Oh, I twisted that.
Where did this come from? What prompted that?
Adrian! You hear about this thing called the Bop It? I've never seen one of these before. It's a great way to test my reflexes and my speed.
I kind of wish that I could now hear Christopher Walken as the Bop It voice along with that.
Hmm.
Just see,
Going into your mind palace.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. When you just do like the two words, it's kind of tricky, you know.
Bop it! Twist it!
I can kind of just
Twist it.
That's better. That's
Yeah.
better.
see.
Bop it.
Okay.
Pull it.
In the next movie, you just see Sylvester Stallone standing over Michael B. Jordan. You gotta pop it. It's twisted.
Pull it.
Pull it. Creed is his name. I haven't seen the movies.
Yeah.
His name is Bop It, actually.
Yeah.
I just assumed that he called him Michael B. Jordan in the movie.
Now, son, I named you after one of my greatest coaches in my boxing career. And that's why your name was Bopidi. A gang stole 145 tons of chicken in a heist, taking up to 55,000 birds.
Were they alive?
I believe they might have been.
Free range.
To a whole new level.
Yeah.
Their mission was to free that range.
Mm-hmm.
Sean? Mm-hmm.
Bop it!
All right.
It was an excellent heist.
Oh, Bryce.
Nobody chickened out.
Bryce. You can't.
They got out by the tail of their feathers.
Bryce.
Their sentence is poultry.
What? Okay. All right.
Egg.
Excellent.
They grabbed a lot of
Chicken.
their breasts.
So this next
They're back
Is
home.
that anything?
this next thing is more just cool. Again, just a cool headline. Don't really need to make a joke about it. Chernobyl's mutant wolves appear to have developed resistance to cancer.
Yeah.
We have 2 wolves inside of us. One of them is resistant to cancer.
What's the other one?
Feels
Mutant.
bad. What'd you say?
Mutant.
The other one feels bad about what we did with Chernobyl.
I just think that's pretty cool.
Any headline that has mutant wolves.
Yeah.
Sold. I thought you said Neopet.
Chernobyl's Neopets.
One wolf inside of you is resistant to cancer. The other wolf, Neopet.
Neopet.
I miss the Webkins. I liked the
Yeah.
Webkins.
I liked
Those were good.
Webkins.
Webkins was good stuff.
Club Penguin was good.
I didn't care about Club Penguin.
I liked
Access to
Club Penguin.
internet.
Yeah, that's fair.
We had like 2 Webkins, but we just kind of.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that brings us to the end of our regular episode. It's
Aw.
free. It's not behind a paywall. But if you want more and you want to get behind a paywall, check out our bonus video on our Patreon now, where we'll find out whether or not Sean eats or doesn't eat trash can garlic bread. Remember to follow us on Instagram. Leave comments, questions. We'll answer them. We'll talk about them. But for now, we'll see you next month.
Woo.
Scram.